Filipinos have built legacies across the American landscape. But in 2025, the looming threat of deportation still haunts many. While Washington turns up the heat, some cities are refusing to bend and pushing back harder than ever. These aren't just safe havens, they're strongholds. From legal firewalls to cultural muscle, these 10 cities aren't just standing with Filipinos. They're saying loud and clear, we won't let them go. Because the truth is simple. America without Filipinos doesn't work. And these cities? They know it. 1. Los Angeles, California. The beating heart of Filipino America. Los Angeles isn't just another city on the map. For over 500,000 Filipino Americans, it's a second homeland. From the vibrant streets of historic Filipino town to the tireless nurses in LA's hospitals, Filipinos are deeply woven into the city's DNA. But in 2025, it's not just about presence. It's about protection. When the federal government amped up immigration crackdowns, LA didn't flinch. In March 2025, city officials passed a powerful resolution: zero cooperation with any federal effort to detain or deport Filipino residents, documented or not. They went further. Public funds now support free legal aid clinics for Filipino immigrants. State laws make it nearly impossible for ICE to enter hospitals, schools, or city-run facilities. And who benefits most? The essential workers, Filipino nurses, teachers, bus drivers, who keep the city alive. 2. San Francisco, California. Little Manila's wall of resistance. San Francisco may be a tech hub, but in 2025 it's also one of the strongest immigrant fortresses in America. With Daly City, unofficially Little Manila, right next door, thousands of Filipino families have long called this place home. They aren't outsiders, they're builders of the city itself. And San Francisco isn't just defending them, it's doubling down. In February 2025, Mayor London Breed fast-tracked legislation reaffirming the city's total refusal to cooperate with ICE. The city's $25 million Immigrant Resilience Fund now covers legal defense, housing support, and language access, with Tagalog and Visayan speakers prioritized. Filipino heritage is embedded in school curriculums, and cultural festivals, fully funded and celebrated. Here, sanctuary isn't a slogan, it's policy with teeth. 3. New York City, New York. The concrete promise. New York City doesn't just welcome immigrants, it's powered by them. And Filipinos, they're part of its lifeblood. From Queens to the Bronx, Filipino Americans fill the city's hospitals, classrooms, and small businesses. And in 2025, they're not just surviving, they're protected like never before. Under Mayor Eric Adams, NYC fortified its Sanctuary Plus policies in January. Police are banned from cooperating with ICE, except in the most extreme cases. Filipino advocacy groups like Migrante NY now have real seats at the table in City Hall. New pilot programs offer job placement and legal support, targeted at undocumented healthcare workers, many of whom are Filipino nurses and caregivers. And visibility is soaring. Tagalog signs in the subway, parades down Madison Avenue, and a dedicated Filipino liaison in the NYPD. In New York, sanctuary isn't invisible. It's infrastructure. 4. Seattle, Washington. Rain, resistance, and roots. Seattle may be famous for rain and tech giants, but in 2025, it's earning a new reputation. A sanctuary city with muscle. Filipino roots run deep here. From early 20th century dock workers to today's teachers and nurses, they've helped shape the city. And Seattle knows it. In March, the city passed the Southeast Asian Inclusion Act, providing free legal counsel, translation services in Tagalog and Ilocano, and funding for Filipino community centers across King County. Washington State followed suit, declaring October 2025 as Filipino American History Month, backed by bipartisan labor protections for caregivers and healthcare workers. Cultural power is booming too. Beacon Hill and Rainier Valley are now hubs for Filipino-owned businesses. The University of Washington even launched a new Filipino studies program this year. Seattle isn't just resisting, it's rebuilding the system. Filipino first. 5. Las Vegas, Nevada. What happens here stays. Filipino behind the bright lights of Las Vegas is a powerful truth. The city runs on Filipino labor. From hotel kitchens to high-end medical wards, Filipino workers keep the Strip alive. And in 2025, the city made a choice to protect them, boldly. Clark County passed the Community Stability and Support Act in February. It explicitly blocks cooperation with ICE for nonviolent immigrants. New legal aid programs, funded by the county, ensure Filipino workers, many on overstayed visas, aren't left defenseless. The Nevada state legislature followed through with reforms that extend labor rights to all undocumented workers, including whistleblower protections and wage claim support. And culture? It's thriving. Filipino festivals, radio shows, Tagalog church services, they're now permanent fixtures. Vegas doesn't just protect Filipinos, it thrives because of them. 6. Chicago, Illinois, a cultural force, a political power. Chicago has always worn its immigrant heart on its sleeve. But in 2025, it's the Filipino community at the center of its immigrant revival. Under Mayor Brandon Johnson, the city launched the Immigrant Justice Expansion Plan, new legal teams, family support, and, for the first time, a dedicated Southeast Asian task force. Filipino advocates helped shape the initiative. Tagalog access is expanding in hospitals. Public schools now teach Filipino-American history. ICE has been effectively shut out of city spaces, and watchdog groups ensure undocumented workers, especially caregivers, are protected from raids. Even churches are stepping up. The Archdiocese of Chicago now offers sanctuary resources across its parishes. This isn't just allyship, it's action. 7. Honolulu, Hawaii. More than friendly, practically family. In Honolulu, deporting Filipinos isn't just unpopular, it's unthinkable. Filipinos make up over 25% of Hawaii's population. In city halls, schools, and supermarkets, they're not just present, they are the community. This year, the state passed the Community Roots Protection Act, further cutting ties with ICE and increasing funding for immigrant legal services. Filipino leaders helped write the bill. Churches across Oahu now operate as sanctuary spaces. Clinics require Tagalog-speaking staff. And culturally, Honolulu is all in. The 2025 Filipino Fiesta and Parade broke records. June is now officially Filipino Contributions Month. Public school students learn Philippine history, not as an elective, but as a core subject. Here, identity is protected, celebrated, and empowered. 8. San Diego, California, a fortress in the South. San Diego's Filipino ties stretch back to the early days of Filipino U.S. Navy recruits. Today, the city's 200,000-strong Filipino population fuels its hospitals, schools, and military infrastructure. In 2025, San Diego County expanded its Safe Communities framework, a sweeping legal shield that blocks ICE from accessing jail, hospital, or school records without a court order. Filipino-led organizations like the Kuya Ade Mentorship Program have grown into community hubs, offering legal defense, education, and workforce support. City-backed grants now elevate Filipino artists, nonprofits, and historians. South Dakota State University is investing in Southeast Asian studies. Public schools offer Tagalog programs, and in city council events, Filipino flags fly proudly. 9. Jersey City, New Jersey. Quiet, strategic, unshakable. Jersey City may fly under the radar, but in 2025, it's one of the safest cities in America for Filipino immigrants. In January, the city passed the Immigrant Shield Initiative, completely blocking ICE from accessing any city agency's data, from schools to hospitals. This wasn't accidental. Filipino lawyers and advocates helped write the policy. A new legal defense fund now provides free attorneys for anyone facing deportation. And June was declared Filipino Heritage Month, complete with Tagalog banners, food festivals, and neighborhood parades. Here, sanctuary is personal and permanent. 10. Anchorage, Alaska, cold climate, warm protection. Anchorage might be remote, but it's become a critical safe zone for Filipino immigrants in 2025. Why? economic survival. Filipinos are the backbone of Alaska's hospitals, seafood plants, and shipping ports, and city leaders know it. The Essential Worker Protection Act, passed this year, prevents ICE from questioning workers on the job, in transit, or when accessing public services. Churches and unions are stepping in too, offering Know Your Rights workshops in Tagalog and promising legal support. Filipino culture is on the rise. Anchorage now celebrates Filipino-American History Month, and local schools host Tagalog language nights. For the first time, a city council seat is held by a Filipino-American. In Anchorage, the cold is fierce, but the welcome, warmer than ever. These 10 cities are doing more than offering protection. They're proving a truth America can't afford to ignore. Filipinos are not outsiders. They are builders, caregivers, creators, and citizens in every way that matters. And the cities that protect them? They're not just standing up for justice. They're standing up for America's future.